He said, we don't. We don't need to concern ourselves with whether we are humble or not. Today's question is quick, punchy, and a little uncomfortable. How to be more humble. Here's what a priest said in our parish during the 5th Sunday of Easter. He said, we don't. We don't need to concern ourselves with whether we are humble or not. There's only one man on earth who owns that word, and his name is Jesus Christ. Because he was above and he stepped down. That's what humility is. And so all we have to do, he says, is to copy, to emulate Jesus Christ. It so happened that during that time, I was reading part 2, chapter 2, second motive of true devotion to Mary. The first motive, as we talked about in the last video, is that true devotion to Mary sets us apart entirely to the service of God. The second motive states that devotion to Mary makes us imitate Jesus Christ and, wait for it, practice humility. Father said exactly what I was reading as if he knew what I was reading. But of course he didn't. Going back to true devotion to Mary, St. Louis explains that Jesus did not choose to come as a full-grown adult, completely independent of anyone. He chose to come as a little baby, born through the Blessed Mother and completely dependent on her for everything, like any baby would be dependent on their mother. But here's a difference that St. Louis de Montfort points out. Jesus was not only dependent on the Blessed Virgin during the first 10 or 18 years of his life like other children, but for 30. St. Louis then proceeds to say that if Jesus, God incarnate, humbled himself by depending on Mary, we ought to follow his example and do the same. We too should depend on the Blessed Mother and ask for her intercession, that she may nourish us with God's choicest graces, including, of course, the sweet grace of humility. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com